workshops beginning on Saturday and going to consecutive months after that. And then one of the workshops is actually tracking down the history of your older home. It's like 50 years or older. You know, you want to preserve that history and know where it came from. But you got to come to Preservation Louisville first. Mary Ann Zicker here from Preservation Louisville, and over here, Cynthia Johnson, Metro Preservation Officer. Okay, so Mary Ann, these workshops are fantastic because you can learn a lot of things.
Absolutely. You got to come out. Every month's a different topic. We're going to teach you how to take care of the place that matters to you.
Yeah. And then with these older homes, you know, you want to track down the history. You want to know where they came from.
Exactly. You got to know what was there so you can take care of it. And we are going to have the workshop to help you know how to do that, and then help you figure out how to get a tax credit to pay for that maintenance.
Ah, some great ideas with workshops there. Cynthia, we're going to talk to you as Eric about faces. Take a tour of the Brennan House historic home here, Eric. And Cynthia, we're talking about, you know, with the Brennan House here, we know the Brennan family, they've had it for a long, long time, and then, you know, as a museum now. But then, how do you go about tracking down a home and what the history was?
Well, a lot of people are always interested in finding out who lived in their house before they did. There's a lot of different sources, primary sources, repositories with information like deed records, city directories, Sanborn maps. These are the kinds of things we'll be looking at in the workshop. But that's the way to find out who owned your house and why did they do the things they did to your house before you owned it.
And there's some resources here on the table. You know, there's a rich history. And then right here, 1938 directory. This has got where people had lived and their occupation, and that's a great resource that you guys have.
That's right. It's like the old phone book. It actually tells us a lot about what people's profession was, maybe how many people lived at that house, what they owned a business, where their business is. All that's contained in that book, and you can look up different ways, either through the address or the name of the person or their business. So it's a really great resource.
You have one, and the public library probably has one too?
Yes, and so does U of L Archives as well.
U of L Archives. And then we're looking at an atlas from 1879. It specifically came in one area, and what is, you know, maybe Pleasure Ridge Park and Shively area, which was called Shively's. It's interesting to look back and see where all these places were.
That's right. I mean, that gives us a snapshot of what was going on in Jefferson County back in 1879. Tells us who owned property in that area and maybe where the buildings were, and then also place names and natural features, roadways. It's a really great way to get lost in how our county developed.
How do they get a hold of you? What's the best approach and try to track down the history of their home?
I'm at the Metro Development Center in Planning Design Services. I'm at 574-2868. I'm happy to answer anybody's questions when they're doing research on their historic house. And come to the workshop.
Great resources, and Mary Ann, you'll be here Saturday too with the plaster?
Yeah, we're getting plastered on Saturday. So go to our website, preservationlouisville.org, sign up.
Come on out, and some great resources throughout the, you know, every month to come, and you can get your historic home, your older home back up to stuff, and have a great time doing it. Candace Sterling, what was the original name of Dixie Highway that's on this atlas? No clue? Valley Pike. Valley Pike right through there. There's Manslick and there's New Cut too, but Valley Pike right through there.